Our oceans, this incredible blue heart of our planet, are facing an unprecedented crisis. I mean, really facing
They
it.
really are.
We're talking about pollution, choking marine life, um, overfishing, emptying our seas, vital habitats just vanishing.
And climate change making things worse, like ocean acidification, it's a lot.
It really is a daunting picture. That's why the UN set up Sustainable Development Goal 14, life below water. It's this global push to try and, well, turn the tide.
Yeah, a framework.
But the sheer scale of it all,
Yeah,
it makes you wonder, how could we possibly tackle it effectively?
that's exactly the question, isn't it? For too long, our ways of understanding and managing these huge interconnected marine systems, well, they've been limited. Traditional tools, old methods.
Right.
We need a way to see the bigger picture, process all the data coming in, and shift from just reacting to problem.
Towards being proactive.
Precisely, proactive stewardship.
Okay, so how do we make that jump? Well, for this deep dive, we're digging into a really insightful MBA research paper by Asif Kabani.
I
This paper explores how artificial intelligence AI is really emerging as a powerful tool to help tackle these ocean challenges and, push forward SDG 14.
Mm-hmm.
So our mission today is basically to pull out the key insights from Kabani's paper, understand how AI is being used right now and what its future might look like for ocean health. Make it clear and engaging for you listening.
And Kabani's paper really does underscore the transformative potential here. The ocean is just immense, so dynamic.
Totally.
AI gives us the ability to analyze massive data sets. We're talking satellites, drones, underwater sensors, stuff humans just can't process on that scale.
Right.
It unlocks this new level of understanding. It lets us spot patterns, trends, things that would just be invisible otherwise.
Like finally seeing the whole puzzle, not
Yeah.
just scattered pieces.
Exactly like that. And importantly, as Kabani emphasizes, SDG 14 isn't just about the ocean in isolation.
Ah, the connections.
Yes. Making progress on ocean health, maybe boosted by AI, can have these huge knock-on effects. Think global food supplies, economic stability for coastal communities, even climate action. It's all linked.
Right. Okay. So before we get into the specific AI applications, maybe just a quick refresher on SDG 14 itself. What are the main goals there?
Sure. So at its core, SDG 14 is about conserving and sustainably using the oceans, seas, and marine resources. That's the big aim.
Conserve and sustainable use. Got it.
And under that umbrella, you have key targets. Things like drastically cutting marine pollution, protecting and restoring ecosystems, think coral reefs, mangroves.
Vital stuff.
Absolutely. Minimizing ocean acidification impacts, ending overfishing and illegal fishing, setting up more marine protected areas.
Okay, quite a list.
It is. And unfortunately, as Kabani's research likely points out, many of the initial targets, the ones set for 2020, they weren't met.
Ah, so there's a gap.
There's a real implementation gap, as they call it. We need to speed things up. And that's really where AI enters the conversation as a potential key enabler to help bridge that gap.
Okay, so AI is the accelerator maybe, helping us catch up. Let's get specific then. How is AI actually being used right now? Let's start with pollution. You mentioned it earlier. It's just such an overwhelming problem.
Yeah, and according to Kabani's paper, this is a major focus under SDG 14.1. AI systems are being deployed for rapid and pretty accurate detection, monitoring, and even tracking of pollutants.
Like what kind of pollutants?
Mostly plastic debris, which is everywhere, and oil spills. These AI systems analyze data from satellites way up high, drones flying closer, even specialized underwater vehicles,
Wow.
to pinpoint where the pollution is and track how it's moving.
That sounds incredibly advanced.
Yeah.
But how does a computer learn to spot, say, a tiny bit of plastic in the huge ocean from space? That seems impossible.
It's actually pretty clever. They use various AI techniques, things like convolutional neural networks, CNNs. They're really good at learning visual patterns.
Okay.
Think of it like teaching a computer to recognize different types of trash by showing it thousands and thousands of images. It learns the shapes, the textures associated with plastic in different lighting, different water conditions.
Right. It learns what plastic looks like to a sensor.
Exactly. And for oil spills, AI models analyze data from specialized sensors, hyperspectral, thermal infrared, radar that can detect the chemical signatures of oil on water, even if it's cloudy or dark.
So different sensors for different problems.
Yes. And the key often is, as Kabani likely stresses, combining data from multiple sensors Multi-sensor data fusion.
Fusion, meaning putting it all together.
Right, integrating information from different sources, feeding it into these AI models. It gives you a much clearer, more robust picture of what's actually happening out there.
That is remarkable. But the whole ocean, monitoring all of it, all the time, that seems like a monumental task. Can AI really scale up to that?
That's a really critical point and something Kabani probably tackles. While AI is amazing for detailed monitoring in specific spots or with certain data sets, achieving continuous, truly global monitoring, that still faces big hurdles.
Like what?
Well, you need AI models that can generalize better meaning, and AI trained in the Atlantic needs to work well in the Pacific too, without tons of retraining.
Adaptability.
Exactly. And you also need more energy-efficient AI. Think about putting AI on an autonomous drone or if satellite power is limited. So the AI needs to be powerful but not power-hungry. That's a challenge.
Right, making the AI smart and lean.
Okay.
Let's shift gears to another huge area. Fisheries management. Overfishing, illegal fishing, massive threats. How's AI changing the game there?
Oh, it's proving to be a real game changer in fisheries, definitely touching on SDG targets 14.4, 14.6, and 14.b. Machine learning is automating tasks that used to be incredibly time-consuming, sometimes inaccurate.
Like counting fish.
Pretty much. Identifying different fish species from underwater video, estimating how many there are, even measuring their size automatically. Techniques like CNNs again, YOLO SVMs, they analyze images and video footage.
So instead of a scientist painstakingly watching hours of video,
The AI can process it much faster, often more consistently.
that's huge for stock assessment.
Yeah.
What about the illegal fishing side? IUU fishing.
Yeah, the implications there are massive, as Kabani likely details. AI algorithms are sifting through enormous data sets, satellite imagery, especially radar, which can see through clouds,
Okay.
combined with vessel transponder data, AIS signals, and ocean conditions data.
And what are they looking for?
Unusual activity, patterns that look suspicious, like ships turning off their transponders becoming dark vessels.
Oh, the dark vessels. I've heard about those.
Exactly, or vessels fishing where they shouldn't be, or meeting up with other ships in weird ways. AI flags this behavior. Kabani's research probably talks about this driving a kind of transparency revolution in fishing.
That transparency is key. I remember hearing about something called the Value 3 challenge related to this.
Yes. Value 3 was a big deal, a collaboration, actually, between the U.S. Defense Innovation Unit and Global Fishing Watch.
Okay.
The whole point was to develop open-source AI algorithms specifically to detect those dark vessels using satellite radar. Making the algorithms public means more groups, more governments can use them to fight illegal fishing.
That's fantastic. Democratizing the tech, in a way.
Sort of, yeah. It empowers more players.
And what about just understanding fish populations, the actual health of the stocks? Can AI help with the science side too?
Absolutely. AI-powered predictive models like something called CMS-Y++A are getting better at assessing fish stocks. This is crucial for setting sustainable catch limits.
Right.
And what's really valuable is that some AI models can give decent estimates, even for fisheries, where we don't have a lot of historical data, these data-limited fisheries.
Which must be quite common.
Very common, especially in developing regions. AI is also used in aquaculture, fish farming, monitoring fish counts, water quality, even spotting disease outbreaks early.
Wow.
But, and this is important, as Kabani probably points out, the best systems often combine AI with human knowledge, these expert-in-the-loop systems.
Yeah.
Meaning the AI provides the heavy data analysis, the insights, but fisheries scientists, local fishers, they bring the essential context, the ground truth to make informed decisions. It's a partnership.
That makes total sense. AI gives the power tool, humans provide the skilled hands and experience.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving beyond just fish, what about conserving the broader marine ecosystems, biodiversity, coral reefs, endangered species?
Another vital area covered by SDG targets 14.2 and 14.5. And AI is offering some really innovative approaches here. Take coral reefs.
Oh.
AI algorithms analyze underwater photos and videos to map reefs, assess their health looking for signs of stress like bleaching.
Which is a huge problem with warming waters.
Exactly, and it tracks changes over time. This info is gold for guiding conservation, for restoration efforts. Kabani's paper might mention things like project, Coral, using AI to monitor coral growth, or CORDAP's work.
CORDAP.
Yeah, the Coral Research and Development Accelerator platform. They're even looking at using AI with robotics for adaptive coral restoration.
AI-powered robot gardeners for coral reefs. That's incredible.
It really is pushing the boundaries. And AI is also invaluable for tracking endangered marine species, analyzing tracking tag data, acoustic monitoring.
Learning where they go, what habitats they need.
Precisely, mapping those critical habitats. Kabani might point to examples like Rutgers University predicting right whale habitats to help ships avoid them.
Preventing collisions.
Right, and even analyzing environmental DNA, eDNA.
DNA in the water.
Yeah, tiny traces shed by organisms. AI helps analyze samples to detect which species are present without ever having to see or catch them. A powerful, non-invasive tool for biodiversity monitoring.
That's amazing. And marine protected areas, MPAs. Can AI help manage those?
Definitely. AI can automate species identification within an MPA from camera footage, monitor habitat health, detect threats like illegal fishing boats entering the area using vessel tracking, essentially making MPA management more efficient and effective.
So AI gives conservation managers better eyes and ears, essentially. Okay, what about the really big overarching challenges? Climate change, ocean acidification, SDG 14.3.
Yeah, the big ones. AI is playing a growing role here too. It's used to analyze just vast amounts of data on sea surface temperature, currents, pH levels, helping us monitor and predict climate change impacts on the ocean.
Processing data from.
Buoys, satellites, autonomous underwater vehicles, gliders, AI algorithms crunch all that data to spot trends, forecast changes. Kabani might mention specific projects like NOAA's Samudra project using AI with AUVs, or models predicting ocean acidification spread.
Predicting problems before they get worse.
That's the goal. AI is also used to predict specific events, like forecasting coral bleaching weeks or months in advance.
Giving managers time to react.
Potentially, yes. Maybe implement shading or other local measures. And there are indirect contributions too. AI optimizing shipping routes, cuts fuel use and emissions, improving marine renewable energy efficiency. That all helps tackle climate change, which benefits the ocean.
It's really striking how AI touches almost every aspect of ocean health. Now, who's actually doing all this? It can't just be lone researchers, right?
Oh, absolutely not. As Kabani's research likely lays out, it's a whole ecosystem of players. You've got UN agencies like FAO, UNESCO's IOC, setting frameworks.
The international bodies.
The national governments like NOAA in the US or similar agencies elsewhere funding research, setting policy. NGOs are huge too. Global Fish and Watch, the Allen Institute for AI's Skylight Project, IUCN.
Doing cutting-edge work.
Often, yes. Research consortia like CORDAP focusing on specific issues, and then the private sector Accenture, Microsoft, Google bringing AI expertise, cloud computing power, data platforms.
So it's a real mix. And are they working together well? Kabani might mention specific collaborations.
Yes, partnerships are crucial and increasingly common. That DIU Global Fishing Watch 53 Challenge is a prime example.
Right, the dark vessel detection.
Yeah. You see NGOs partnering with tech companies like IUCN working with AI2 on Skylight for maritime monitoring. NOAA works with Microsoft on cloud and AI solutions. Hub Ocean's Ocean Data Platform is another big collaborative effort.
These data platforms seem important.
Absolutely essential. Places like Hub Ocean or the GFW data portal aggregate data and make tools available, fostering collaboration. There's also this interesting trend of AI philanthropy and making solutions open source like Skylight or the Becker 3 algorithms to promote more equitable access.
Spreading the capability.
Yeah.
That's great. But it all sounds incredibly promising, almost too good to be true. Surely there are major roadblocks. What challenges does Kabani highlight?
Oh, definitely. Kabani's paper would absolutely detail significant hurdles. A big one is data limitations.
Still, even with all those sensors.
Yes. There are still huge gaps, especially in remote areas or deeper waters or regions without much funding for monitoring. Data quality can be an issue too. Saltwater, pressure, biofouling are tough on sensors.
Right.
And accessibility. Data is often stuck in silos, fragmented, sometimes proprietary. Getting it all together in a usable format for AI is a massive challenge.
So garbage in, garbage out still applies, even with AI. Need good, accessible data. What else?
Algorithmic bias is a real concern.
Bias in AI, how?
If the data used to train the AI is skewed, maybe to overrepresent certain fishing areas or certain types of pollution, the AI's outputs could lead to unfair or ineffective conservation decisions or inequitable fisheries management.
Yeah. Unintended consequences.
Exactly. And related ethical considerations. Concerns about AI colonialism, where technology developed in one context is imposed elsewhere without local input. Data privacy issues, ensuring fair access to these powerful AI tools globally.
So the human side, the fairness side is critical.
Crucial. Then there are the practical brass tacks issues, high implementation costs, specialized hardware, software, the infrastructure needed. And AI itself can have a significant environmental footprint due to the computational power required.
Right, the energy use of AI.
Yeah, green AI is becoming a bigger topic. And finally, just the technological and computational barriers needing massive processing power, robust infrastructure in remote places, making AI models that generalize well, operating tech reliably in the harsh marine environment. Lots of nuts and bolts challenges
Okay,
here.
quite a list of hurdles.
Yeah.
Data, bias, ethics, cost, tech limits. So looking forward then, despite these challenges, what does Kabani's research suggest is on the horizon? Exciting emerging tech.
Kabani's paper likely points to some really interesting future trends. One is explainable AI, or XAI.
Making AI less of a black box.
Exactly. Building trust by making it clear how the AI reached a decision. That's important for adoption. Then there's advanced connectivity, think 5G, maybe even 6G someday, combined with edge computing.
Edge computing.
Processing data on the device, on the drone, the buoy, the AUV, instead of sending everything back to shore, allows for real-time analysis out in the remote ocean.
Faster insights.
Much faster. Digital twins of the ocean, or DTOs, are another big one.
Virtual oceans.
Kind of. Detailed virtual replicas of ocean areas. You can use them to simulate pollution spills, test fishery management strategies, model climate impacts, all in the virtual world before trying things in reality. There are projects like the Iliad DTO working on this.
Wow, a simulation sandbox for the ocean.
Pretty much. Kabani might also touch on metaverse-type applications using augmented reality or virtual reality for immersive ocean education, like the Ocean Speak project on acidification, or using blockchain for supply chain traceability in fisheries.
And what about AI itself? Is it still evolving fast?
Absolutely. Generative AI, or Gen AI, is a hot topic. It could be used to create realistic synthetic ocean data to fill gaps, simulate rare events, maybe even help design conservation plans. The potential is huge.
So it sounds like the future is AI not just working alone, but converging with all these other advanced technologies.
That seems to be the key trend Kabani likely identifies. AI plus connectivity, plus edge computing, plus digital twins, plus advanced sensors, all working together for more proactive, predictive ocean stewardship.
Right. Okay. So pulling it all together from Kabani's research, what are the really key strategic things we need to do to make sure AI actually delivers on this potential for the oceans?
Well, Kabani's paper probably boils it down to a few crucial pathways. First, fostering much stronger international collaboration and genuine data sharing, breaking down those silos we talked about.
Collaboration and open data.
Definitely. Second, investing seriously in capacity building, training more people, scientists, managers, policymakers, especially in developing nations, to understand and use these AI tools effectively. AI literacy for the ocean domain.
Building the human capacity.
Critical. Third, establishing clear ethical frameworks and governance structures for ocean AI. Addressing the bias, privacy, and equity concerns head-on.
Ethics up front.
Has to be. Fourth, prioritizing continued research and development, especially in areas like energy-efficient green AI and models tailored for specific, complex ocean problems.
Keep innovating.
And fifth, figuring out sustainable funding. Moving beyond short-term grants to stable mechanisms, maybe blended finance, public-private partnerships, to support long-term monitoring and AI implementation.
Sustainable funding for sustainable oceans.
You could put it that way.
Okay.
It really requires a systems thinking approach, a long-term commitment. It's not a quick fix.
This has been a truly fascinating deep dive, really unpacking the insights from Asif Kabani's MBA research. It's so clear that AI offers this powerful, diverse toolkit for tackling huge ocean challenges and pushing SDG 14 forward.
It really does. The potential is undeniable.
But, as Kabani's work highlights, making it happen successfully and fairly, that means navigating some serious hurdles. It needs strategy, collaboration, investment.
That's right. Kabani's research paints a picture where AI could fundamentally shift how we relate to the ocean, moving from being reactive, often too late, to being truly proactive, maybe even predictive.
Predictive ocean stewardship.
Yeah. And the convergence of AI with all these other technologies we discussed really offers an unprecedented opportunity to understand, protect, and sustainably manage our oceans. It leaves you thinking, doesn't it?
It really does. It makes you wonder.
Yeah.
How can we collectively best steer this technological revolution to truly safeguard life below water? And what role could each of us even play in supporting that shift? Something to mull over.